YouTubers, welcome to my video review of the G80 M3. I've got the car for the day while mine's in for a service. Yeah, and I love the spec on this car. So the spec on this car is pretty much everything. It's BMW's demonstrator. It's BMW North Oxford's demonstrator. It's got the Isle of Man racing green on it. I love that colour. I think it's a really nice colour. It doesn't help lose the rabbit teeth grille as much as the car in black does, but you know, I don't really black isn't my colour for cars because it shows every little mark up on it. But anyway, that's my personal preference. Interior wise, well, I mean, as you can see, they've gone about as garish as they possibly could. The car has got, you know, obviously it's got the full carbon bucket seats in it. It's got, which, yeah, I mean, they're really nice, but getting in and out of them is an art form. It's almost like if you've ever got in and out of a Lotus, getting over that huge sill down the side, which is part of the tug, and the structure and rigidity of the car. The edges on these seats kind of act in the same way that does. So it's, you know, you've got to get over them. You can't slide into the car. You've almost got to go up and over. You know, which I imagine on a track you'd be grateful for them. But yeah, in and out every day. If you're not really going to use it on track, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, personal preference. But I mean, just to look at aesthetically, they are beautiful seats. I did a video review of my car, and you know, I said I wasn't jealous of the seats. Maybe a little bit now that I'm in them, but getting in and out of them, definitely not. 100%. We got carbon pack with the steering wheel and the paddles. Yeah, there's not a lot that isn't on this car, optional extra wise. It is very well spec'd. And what's it like as a place to sit? Well, lovely. You know, I still like my more analog dials, especially when it comes to just watching that rev dial spin up and it gets towards the red line. Definitely a bit more my bag in terms of dials, but the screen is fantastic. The ergonomics of where the buttons and the layout of it all is. There's a lot of buttons, but you know, really do like the whole setup here. And you know, I think the gear shift is lovely. Nice little touch with the extra stitching on it. Same for the steering wheel as there is in the F80. And yeah, I mean, space-wise, looks really good. I wish they'd kept the mirror of the seats with the back seats. So the back, what I mean is the back seats in the F80 mirror the front seats. But I suppose if you're not having the bucket seats, then you know, you wouldn't need the back seats to mirror them the same, because they're slightly different in the layout of them, or the design, should I say. Why do you want Daddy's camera?
Hi, hubby.
Sebby, do you like this green Daddy car?
Yeah.
Do you like the orange seats in this Daddy car? Okay, so the big one. How does it look? Look, it definitely grows on you a bit, the front. I still don't want those big buck teeth, you know, whatever people want to call them, massive kidney grills. I still don't want them. Still wouldn't want them. However, I think side profile looks pretty good. I do like the wheels. I think the wheels are nice, although they're probably as much of a pain to wash. And when some CS wheels come out that are nice and simple, then you probably want to buy those. My main issue with this car, in the way that it looks, apart from the obvious buck teeth, is like the body kit. Just, it feels like to me, so I like the subtle CS carbon kit for an I look at the extra kits you can get for the F80 now, where they're just like loads of extra bits of carbon running down from the rear wheel to the back of the bumper. Unnecessary, don't really like them. They look like they're made by some, they look like they're made by Lego. Okay, so moving on to chassis and drivetrain. So starting at the front, engine, it's great. It's got great pull. You feel that extra torque. I think it's still a fantastic engine. But while we're talking about it, getting rid of that carbon strut brace, I feel like it's a massive mistake. I know it's improved rigidity and they've needed to because of the weight, but why couldn't they do it while keeping a beautiful carbon strut brace? Got rid of one of the most aesthetically pleasing things. Yes, you never open the bonnet, but as an owner, it's there. When you clean your engine bay down, if you're someone who likes to clean their own car and every little bit of detail matters, it would to me. It would bother me. I'd always reminisce if I trade mine in for one of these. But yeah, that would bother me. But it's such a shame. I feel like they could have done it, but it probably would have been massive cost. But would a lovely carbon strut brace be better than a bit of an inch box section? 100%. Gearbox still isn't. After using it all day, it manages everything brilliantly. Doesn't give me that same bit of theatre, drama, make you feel like you're really going for it with the smoother shifts that you get in this. I feel like when you got it in the third harshest setting, it's almost like setting 1, or maybe in between 1 and 2 in the other gearbox, but I can also understand why they've done it for smoothness around town and things like that. So yeah, but do I like it as much? No, I don't. Traction's brilliant. Partly is it because of the 4S's, maybe, but still no. As I was pulling away there and just pinning the car earlier and doing a bit of a launch, it just managed it so well. My car would never have managed it like that this did. So again, step on. Brakes are a step on. Brakes are brilliant. I actually just left them in comfort. They're really nice, but the sport mode, I can really see the advantage of that if you're on a track day, getting into those fast brake, coming from those straights into those really hard braking zones. I imagine, there's definite benefit to those there. So everything's got its place. Turning, fantastic. Turning, definitely better. Better feel, better comfort. Probably helped by the 35 tyre walls on this instead of the 30s on mine. I'm told if I go for the CS wheels, it'll definitely make it better. So yeah, but yeah, when it comes to this car, definitely a step on. Really pleased with it, and yeah, no real complaints there at all. What else can I say about this? I still feel like it's heavy. I think the lighter, nicer steering does help with that, and the way it takes off, the torque helps you forget that weight's there. It really does feel like that weight isn't there when you're pushing it on, and the steering helps you forget. So I suppose to sum it up like this, I still don't like that it's that heavy. However, BMW and the M division have done an amazing job of getting rid of, let's say, the feel of that most of the time. I imagine when I'm pushing on track, which is when I can feel it the most in my car, the weights, and then I always think to myself, I wouldn't want a heavier car than this. I know I'd probably feel it more then, but at the same time, what BMW has done, I'm sure, again, will combat it on track. So yeah, it's there. I wish it wasn't there, but they've done a fantastic in a compromised vehicle which is high performance and comfort and luxury, you can't have everything, and I get that. I just wish it wasn't at the expense of, you know, whatever weight it is, 100 plus kilos, airing on 200 in some cases if you don't have the lightweight seats. Yeah, so overall, has it converted me? I mean, I was never a lover at the start, but I definitely like it, and I like it more than I thought I would. And I think when you're going to make a radical change with the looks like they have, but then, you know, look at the E46, then the E90, and then the F80, you know, it was a step on with looks again, like, you know, it really was. I remember it being launched, but it was just more subtle than this is. But, you know, like people tell me, you know, you've got an M car or an AMG, do you want subtle? Maybe you don't. But yeah, so that's how I'd summarise. I don't love it like I love my car, but do I like it more than I thought I would? Yes, I do. And have they done a great job of it? Absolutely they have, and I wouldn't expect anything else. So there you have it. There's my video on the G80 M3. I want to say thanks to North Oxford for giving me the car for the day. I've been massively impressed with it, as I've already said, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.